Put yourself in my shoes by the fabulous Raymond Carver. On HBO, they had again Birdman. Edward Norton saying to Michael Keaton about Raymond Carver. I understand he used to drink, but that's maybe just a line from a strange movie. This is a complex, intriguing short story which has somehow enough space to include three, if not other short stories, three flash stories, at least the first. The first is just an announcement. As a matter of fact, Paula talks to her husband and she says, remember this man, Billy or William, he shot himself in the mouth. Myers is at the center of this short story, and he's a writer. He stopped working for Carver, actually. That's the name of his former boss, who is admiring, at least declaring that he's admiring this man for the decision to stop this work and follow his calling, writing. Paula has a less than wonderful idea. She says, let's go and visit the Morgans. They stayed in their house for a while, and the Morgans heard that they had a cat, Myers, even if that they were not supposed to. So in some way she thinks this visit near the holidays, near Christmas, would help sort things out or something like that. It's not working quite that way. However, once they reach the house of these people, a dog, I forgot the name, but it's of no great importance, jumps on Myers. He falls down, even catches something in his hair, and then Mr. Morgan comes to the door. They're invited in. Let's have a drink, a hot drink. What would you have? It doesn't matter. So at one point, you're a writer, let me tell you the story. So he says that a colleague of his, a professor, had an affair with one of his students, 20 years old, much younger than him, and after a few months he goes home and announces his family, his wife, son, that he wants a divorce after 20 years of marriage. The spouse says, you get out of the house, and the son throws a can of soup at the father, hits him in the head, and ever since he's in a serious condition, coma, I assume. Now, what about this story? Both Mr. and Mrs. Morgan say, and then they invite the writer to see this from various angles. Think about what the wife said. How did she take it after 20 years? This betrayal, and then the son think that what he must feel, having nearly killed his father, if you can be in his head, the professor's head. And then finally, Mr. Morgan and this 20 years old co-ed, I don't care about her. Wife says, no, we know her sort. It's the wife and the son I sympathize with. They spent some time together, and then after a while they moved to another story in Germany. They've been in Germany When they visited a gallery, Mrs. Morgan forgets her purse in the toilet. They're calling the museum authorities, and they see a woman approaching the door with two purses. She comes in, she's from Australia, she has 20,000 acres, and the longer story, she has the purse, everything is inside, identity cards, a check for money, but then 120 in cash are gone. The woman wants to leave, but she drops dead, literally. She dies there. And then Mrs. Morgan says, think about fate. Yeah? Fate to come all that way to die in my living room, our living room. And Myers starts to laugh. What's funny? Why are you laughing? You're not supposed to laugh at the story. But then he's not. He's not an ordinary man. Let's say that. And finally, the Morgans start an attack on the Myers. But let's not give everything away. Let's have you read and find out.